What is going on, everybody? My name is Japes. Welcome back to another episode in my path to power. We are going into the NE11 Cup. We have one game down, 3 more to go for the 7,500 coins and a free gold pack. Pretty nice if you win it. And I really want to, but I also expect to come up against some really strong teams from this point forward. I did have some fitness issues, so I did go out and buy a few fitness cards to make sure my team would be in good shape for the rest of the tournament. We're still rolling with that Dutch side, and it's a pretty darn good side. There are a lot of really solid players in this team. And I'm starting to get used to how to get the most out of these players. Not to mention, I think this formation works really nicely for the skill set of this team. I'm not quite sure what Wesley Sneijder's work rate is, but Strootman's high, and De Jong is actually low-high. So he sits back a little bit further and kind of protects the back four for me. I'm not sure how good this formation would be if you had a midfield that was too attacking, because your back line is just going to end up consistently exposed. Now, this guy, not the stellar team I was expecting to see, but an okay Liga Portuguesa side. He is using Carvalho as a center back, and he is not the paciest guy, nor is, I believe that's Jardel, but I'm not totally sure, so don't quote me on that. So I knew I'd probably be able to get some gaps in there, and it's Promes actually outpacing Eliseu. And I mentioned on Twitter earlier today that I think Quincy Promes is by far one of my absolute favorite silver players that I've used this year. 4-star skills, 4-star weak foot, 82 pace, 77 dribbling, 79 finishing, I think, or something like that. So for a winger, he is fantastic. I really want to find one with the Hunter Chem style, as I think that's what he would be best with. Does a nice job getting to the end line, cutting it back for Robin van Persie to give us a 1-goal lead. Now we're working things forward a little bit further here. Nice back heel from Strootman, and a little bit of fortune from Sneijder, and then a little skip step. He is unbelievable. Unfortunately, his inform card is set as a left wing, and I really don't want to replace Memphis Depay, and you're going to see why a little bit later on. Not to mention Depay's got 5-star skills, which is nice, but Sneijder runs. He runs the show for me in the middle of the park. I don't think I've used a player in that position yet this year that does as good of a job as the young Wesley does, keeping control of the game and controlling my attack. That is a dive, ref. That is ridiculous. You're going to watch this back. Look at how big Van Dijk is, though. Or is that that might be Congolo. Yeah, I can't remember. I think that might be Congolo, but where is that Van Dijk? Yeah, I can't remember which one's which number. But they're a really good center back combination. So that was Van Dijk. Congolo's 18. That was number 20 that took him down. So that was Van Dijk. Van Dijk's awesome. He's huge. He's super strong. And he seemed to have just flicked his guy in the back right there. And that's a very well taken penalty. But that is a dive. That is ridiculous. I was yelling, ref! And it was kind of nice to yell at the ref. I'm not going to lie about that. So 2-1 now, 83rd minute. We're moving things forward again. Sneijder to Strootman. What a through ball. Strootman is unbelievable. I've got him with the Meister Chem style, benefiting all the things that he does kind of well. Little spin from RVP on inside. And the spin is probably in my probably top 3 skill moves this year on FIFA, without question. You've got to have the step overs up there, the spins up there, and then maybe... chops are pretty good, roulette's good, but step overs and the spin are the 2 skills that I use more often than not. The skill you have to have 4 stars to use, just like the chop and the Burba spin, but it's a really effective skill, and you're going to see it again a little bit further along in this one. It does take me a little while to find a match here, but eventually we're going to match up with somebody, and I quit out of a few games. Thank God for the latency bar that were flashing red and yellow, and I thought, this isn't worth it, not this late into the cup run. Surely we're going to find something decent, and there's that 3-bar and Tony Picasso, and then I thought, ooh, maybe I should have just gone with one of the previous ones. Messi, Suarez, Navas. He's got that Man City right side with Courtois and goal. Really kind of a nice hybrid. Bit surprised not to see Neymar in there with the amount of coins that he had to spend, but Pedro, maybe Neymar's injured and Pedro's his guy. He was very much a possession style player. No rush in the attack, making the most of his players. Probably could have played Sneijder back on the through ball right there, but RVP, little fake shot turn. I've gone over it so often, how the first time fake shot turn is unbelievably strong. Build it into your game, use it, force yourself to use it so you get a feel for it and know when it's a good time. Even if you lose a few games to start while you're kind of getting the hang of it, it is by all means worth it to make sure it's in your arsenal and that you're very, very competent with it. But you can see a little unfortunate from him right there. And this game was one of those where I was at the absolute summit of efficient and clinical finishing. This is why we don't want to take Depay off. I saw it was Zabaleta in the pregame menu, and I knew Depay would be able to burn him for pace. Here's that spin again. Oh, baby, give me some of that near post OP. I will take that 10 times out of 10. Depay is a really, really nice player. He is a 5-star skiller. I think I have Sniper Chem on him, which I think works really well because he's already got over 90 pace. So there's really, when you get a player that's high 80s or 90s pace, you really don't need to put a Hunter Chem or a Hawk Chem on him. At that point, it's just kind of overkill. But you can see 2-0 now, 56 minute moving forward. And this was a tough game, but every chance that I got, and I'd be lying if I said that I wasn't in my own half for a lot of this game because he worked possession up slowly, but when I got the ball back, I was able to find chances. And there's Depay, nice run. Strootman finds him, and that's a lovely finish into the far corner. 3-0 on, I believe that's 3 shots on goal in this game for me. And when things are going your way, things are going your way. He made a little bit of a second defender call mistake, and that's why there was that big of a gap for Depay to run into right there. But now you can see 59th minute right after that goal, I got a little bit of trouble. Nice bit of work from Luis Suarez, and I thought that slide would for sure get it, and it actually forces a nice save out of Vorm right there. And Vorm, as far as non-rare keepers go, he is up there with my favorites. Really, really solid in just about everything he does. He doesn't make spectacular saves, but he makes the ones that he needs. And this is Quincy Promes. Oh, the spin is delicious. It is absolutely delicious, and hitting that near post with his 4-star weak foot. That is a time when the spin is at its absolute best. This guy has had enough. He's on his way out of there. We're on our way to the next round, and that is a rage quit. I'm going to show you the stats here at the end of the game just to show you the absolute efficiency. 4 shots, 4 goals, 55% possession, because I forced him at the end of that game to start to try to create chances quicker. He probably should have changed formations and seen what that did for him, but he did not do that. So we're heading into the Cup final. That'll be in an episode of Path to Power for you guys tomorrow. I want to thank you all very much for watching. I hope you did indeed enjoy this episode. Other than that, be on the lookout for the Twitter for when the stream's coming up, because I did finally find my face cam, so I can do some live stuff for you guys too this weekend. Thank you all for watching. My name is Japes, and I will catch you all next time.